Now available in paperback and e-readers, Isis, Samurai Goddess. The goddess next door takes on kung fu killers in this action-packed martial arts Isis series adventure. Get Isis, Samurai Goddess in paperback and e-readers today. I originally stood with Monique on her argument that black actresses were not getting fair and equal compensation to their white counterparts. And the reason why I stood with her on that was because as I did research for my screenplay All About Marilyn, all the way back in 2007, I began to see the discrepancy between the compensation that black actresses received and white actresses received on the same films. And when it comes down to black actresses, I know that they are at the bottom of the totem pole. They get the least amount of opportunities in Hollywood, and they get the poorest compensation. In fact, the discrepancy between black actresses and white actresses, there are ratios between 10 and 100 times in comparison for what they are paid for the exact same leading roles, the exact same supporting roles, or exact same bit roles. When it comes down to a black actress can get anywhere from maybe 20,000 to maybe even 200,000 on a movie, and then at the highest maybe they'll get $1 million if they're not Halle Berry. In most cases, black actresses are the poorest paid people in Hollywood, and they often get the least amount of opportunities. And Monique had a great opportunity to go out here and make the case for black actresses getting fair compensation from movie studios. Unfortunately, she blew that opportunity twice. Now, the first time she had to make this argument was when she came out here and called out Lee Daniels, Oprah Winfrey, and Tyler Perry. And when she did that, what she did was the approach she used wound up alienating people instead of rallying them for her cause. She had a great argument, and all she had to do was present a fair and balanced argument to people regarding this case because all the facts were on her side. Unfortunately, she went into emotional histrionics, and that is what alienated a lot of people from seeing what was fair about her argument regarding black actresses getting fair and just compensation on films equal to their white female counterparts. Now, recently with this Netflix offer, she had another opportunity to talk about black actresses getting fair and just compensation. Unfortunately, your Monique tripped over her own feet one more again. And the reason why she tripped over her feet is because, again, she went into emotional histrionics regarding the argument regarding fair and just compensation. And she lied by saying that Netflix made her an offer for a certain amount of money when it was actually another amount of money. And that literally compromised her integrity on this argument. Furthermore, what she did by doing that was allow the Hollywood people to get control over the narrative, and now they're trotting out Octavia Spencer to be the face for this argument. In one recent report, you had one of these white actresses, I think her name was Chelsea something. She decided to come out here and say that she fought to get Octavia Spencer equal compensation, and then that she was being paid one thing on a movie, and then she advocated for her, and then she was paid 5 times more. And what was happening there was you had white women hijacking the narrative and presenting their own case for this argument. And when they did that, that took the narrative out of black women's hands and put it back into white women's hands. And that's not a place black actresses want to be, because if white women are controlling the narrative regarding equal pay for black actresses, then black actresses aren't really going to get the fair and just compensation. If you have actresses making the case for black actresses, that's not a good thing. Black actresses should have been upfront on it the way Monique was, but Monique dropped the ball on this, and now they're taking control of the narrative as related to equal pay for black actresses, because black actresses should have been fighting this fight for themselves, and they had a valid case to go out here and win, because when we look at compensation between black actresses and white actresses, there's a clear discrepancy. And when we look at the whole struggles of black actresses, they are often impeded by white actresses. And watching this female get in front of Octavia Spencer, that's showing me that they're literally taking control of the narrative because Monique got emotional, Monique got melodramatic, and she dropped the football for all these black actresses. And the black actresses, sadly, they're too passive to go out here and fight for the fair and just compensation. There was a valid argument there, but Monique was the wrong person to represent that argument. And because she misrepresented the argument, black actresses are going to suffer in the future because of it. When I look at Monique, I look at someone who I was willing to stand by because I thought she had enough integrity to stand to fight for this cause, but in actuality, she was just looking out for herself like many others in black Hollywood are. And when it comes down to your Monique, I have to say this about your Monique. I mean, here's a female who says that Hollywood isn't doing her right, but I don't see her making efforts to try to do right for herself. I mean, again, we have all these tools out here like Netflix, streaming, Vimeo, where if she wanted to do a special, she could do a special on one of those platforms and then charge people for it. Because on YouTube, they have this platform where you can charge people per view, and on Vimeo, they have a thing where you can charge per view. And she could just do a comedy sketch or a comedy set on a private stage, set that up, and then upload it, and then build her audience that way. But instead of making those efforts, she's still going to masses' table for crumbs instead of trying to do it for herself. If she sees that Hollywood is making efforts to blacklist her, black Hollywood and white Hollywood, and even the Netflix people, then she should go out here and build her own audience up and then build her own platform and make the money herself. And this is another case as related to all these other actresses. They're sitting there, they're complaining about things, but they don't want to go out and make it happen for themselves. When it comes down to many guys, when they see they can't get an opportunity, they create opportunities for themselves in the same way Robert Townsend did when he took his credit cards to make Hollywood Shuffle, and Spike Lee did when he made She's Gotta Have It. I don't see Monique taking that initiative. All I see her doing really is complaining about things, and then she goes out here and lies, compromises her integrity, and then allows white women to get control over the narrative. When it comes down to black actresses, I thought she was about trying to help improve the quality of life for black actresses, but at the end of the day, it looked like all she was looking out for was herself. And what she did by lying was set back black actresses, because when it comes down to the black actress, she's at the bottom of the totem pole, and all Monique did was drive that totem pole even further down into the ground, preventing other black actresses from being able to get an opportunity to make the case for fair and just compensation. Because if white actresses are doing it, I can guarantee you that these black actresses are not going to get anywhere near the fair and just compensation they would actually deserve. If you want to learn more about the struggles of black actresses in Hollywood, you can pick up my screenplay All About Marilyn by going to Amazon.com, by clicking the link in the description box. And if you want to learn more about the SJS Direct imprint, you can also click the link to Amazon.com. And if you want to see me make more videos like this, you can donate to my Patreon by clicking the link in the description box. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe.